Hey, it's time to have some fun. We're going to go drag racing here today, and it's all going to happen right here at Durana Raceway. You're watching this on Speed Sport 1, and we're here courtesy of the International Hot Rod Association and the Outlaw Nitro Series. With that said, we're going to bring you two exciting alcohol categories. I'm Ken Stout. This is Tommy Johnson Jr. We have Top Alcohol Dragster, and, of course, we have Top Alcohol Funny Car. With that said, there's plenty of nitro in the house here as well.
Yeah, but some of the closest competition we've had is in the alcohol categories. I can't wait to see how close and side-by-side racing we get today.
Now, whenever I say nitro, there's plenty of fuel-injected cars in the nitro or in the Top Alcohol Dragster category. We also have one in Funny Car.
Absolutely. You can run alcohol with a supercharger or nitro with fuel injection. Injected nitro cars new to Funny Car, old hat in the dragsters.
And absolutely some of the best teams of all time are here to battle it out. Let's go racing.
First pair's fired up.
Previous record was set by Dale Brand at Budds Creek 2007, a 5.60 with a 7. That, of course, was eclipsed during qualifying 1 day ago.
First pair out, number 4 and 5 qualifiers, Stan Sipos and Smith, they are number 4 and 5, only 100th of a second between the two. So coming around the box, you've got probably the tightest pair in the whole bracket. These guys will get to choose when they want to go out. Number 1 qualifier gets to pick which pair he wants to go out. By the time they got to number 4 qualifier, they're telling you what pair you're going out. You're going out first. We all want to watch and see what the track's got today.
All right, here we go. Stan Sipos in the left lane. Kyle Smith in the right lane out of Valley Center, Kansas, qualified in the number 5 slot. As Tommy mentioned, Stan qualifying in the number 4 slot out of Victoria, BC, one of our Canadian friends from the north. A couple of Brad Anderson power plants, pretty much the norm here.
We're going to find out right away if they're a favorite lane. Sipos had left lane choice, took the left-hand lane.
Yeah, and we had kind of heard that from, I believe it was a Pro Mod competitor, that the left lane was tricky. Way over by the center line, they both go side by side, sailing it all the way down through there, and the win light's going to go to Stan Sipos by 0.003 of a second, 39/10,000ths of a second. Man, oh man, what a way to kick off the day.
5:56, that's low ET of the entire event. Coming out first pair, dropping low ET. Stan was really lucky to get away with that. Dead late, 1:56 light, but yet Smith couldn't drive around him. Yeah,
had to drive back around him, right? A 1:56 light to an 0:70. So I mean, almost twice the amount of time had to come back by. That's why the gap was 0.003 at the other end. Talk about sneaking back by, squeaking back by, but that will lower the record there if he can hang on to that throughout the day. But there's plenty of tough competition yet to go.
Yeah, he needed all of that 5:56 to get back around.
Alcohol Funny Car. As our next pair pulls into the water box, the Mustang.
Here we'll see a replay. Oh, you can definitely see Kyle leave way ahead of Stan. But here he comes. He's going to close the gap right at the finish line. What a tight race.
Excellent stuff. And this is what we've seen out of this category. Of course, both sides stepping that clutch now to get these things off the line and to get after it. A really big discrepancy there. Boy, he dodged. Sipos definitely dodged a bullet there at that starting line.
Yeah, he would have been beating himself up if he hadn't ran so well to get around Kyle, but he did, and moving on to the second round. It's really encouraging. We saw great ETs out of the alcohol cars yesterday, and right out of the bat, low ET of the event.
So one thing that is a bit different, I think the heat intensity feels about the same, but we do have some cloud coverage today. Certainly going to help this track out a little bit as it was compared to yesterday, but these guys also have a pass in these conditions from yesterday to make those adjustments.
Yeah, now number 2 qualifier Ray Drew, who had lane choice, took the opposite side. He went to the right-hand lane up against DJ Cox in the left-hand lane. number 2 and number 7. A tenth of a second difference between these two cars in qualifying. Today, well, we don't know. We haven't found out yet where everybody's at because the low qualifier took lane choice in the first round on the left. Next round, next pair of the right lane.
I think that's a great indicator that they feel like both lanes are pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
We did hear from one of our competitors with the door car last night. They felt like the left lane was tricky. So, and we were kind of curious which way you'd want to go. But you said, if it were me, I would always want lane choice, given conditions can change so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be able to dictate where the other guy is going. And if it's nothing else, it's a mental advantage.
Number 2, number 7 qualifiers, as Tommy had mentioned there before. Ray Drew lined up on the right-hand side, was number 1 after the first session, ended up number 2 overall with a 5.60 and a 252 miles an hour. DJ Cox, as Tommy mentioned, a 10th off that with a 5.7. RPM's up. Here we go. Both on at the top. Drew in trouble right there. That thing hopped right at the very beginning. He did not get it put together. A 5.73 with a 4 is going to get the win here. And Ray Drew, who went down there 2 times like clockwork 1 day ago, misses it here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. Blew the tires off right at the step of the throttle. We saw him make 2 nice consistent runs yesterday and then come out here today and blow them off the step. So just shows you how tricky this track can be.
Easy to miss it, isn't it?
Yes, very easy to miss it. Almost maybe give him a false sense of security yesterday by going down the track so easy. Today, they probably stepped it up a little bit more, thought they could get a little more out of it, and stepped over the edge.
Well, coming up here next is one of the most dominant teams that we have ever seen and Top Alcohol Funny Car. Of course, they do have that nitro injected car out here with the body up. We'll go back and take a look at this replay here, and yeah, you can see the smoke there on the back of Drew's car. That was the end of his effort.
Yeah, it was instant. No chance of pedaling that to catch up. DJ Cox was long gone.
So the A fuel car of Sean Bellemeur, of course, owned by the Bartone brothers and tuned by Steve Boggs. You get it, Bellemeur. Bartone, Boggs, they call them the Killer Bees, and Killer Bees they are. Completely undefeated 1 year ago. A dominant team, to say the least. This car has been a rocket ship. They also kicked off the first couple of events as well with wins, so they picked up right back where they left off. So Paul Noakes has his work cut out for him, qualified in the number 8 slot, 591. And, of course, we'll go against our number 1 qualifier here in Sean Bellemeur.
We saw Paul Noakes in qualifying hit the wall. He drove it out there, got out a little out of the groove, pulled it back, got it a little sideways, tagged the wall. Nothing serious, smashed the header, a little scrape on the rear fender, but looks like they got everything fixed. Got a new header on it for today, and going to go out here and see if he can get the tune-up figured out. He was struggling yesterday on both runs. Tony
Bartone, a former world champ as well with over 85 wins, so the owner knows when the driver is making a mistake too. So, but I mean, all of these guys are so seasoned to get along so well. Very, very good at what they do. They call the car the Pirate Ship. And the Pirate Ship is back. They came out here last night, put a great run on the board. They do have the option, obviously, to run an alcohol car if they choose to do so, but really want to get this combination figured out to run it the rest of the year. Current world record holder as well, sitting in the right lane. Oh, and Bellemeur rattles the tires, opens the door for Noakes. Can he get back by him? Wow, He does so. Wow. It looked like Noakes was going to steal that thing after Bellemeur really rattled the tires hard, and Bellemeur saw him sitting there. He's like, oh, man, I got a chance, and stabs the throttle again and gets it done.
That was pretty interesting. Sean Bellemeur, hey, your crew better come thank you. You just won him a drag race. That was an incredible job of staying after it, not quitting. It made a move. It rattled tires, made a move to the left, got over by the center line, lifted, not to go across. I mean, watch this. This is going to be great. Rattles the tires, smokes, come loose, goes over by the center line, pedals it, and he goes, oh, it comes loose again. Pedals it again. Obviously, something broke on Noakes' car. He never got back in the throttle again, but just enough to let Sean on by. Wow, what a race.
Imagine how fast Sean's brain was working in that one. Hit it off, get the car back underneath me. Okay, I saved it, didn't go across the center line. Wait a minute, I can win this thing. That's awesome, man. That is what it's all about right there. The 698 will never tell the true story.
It wasn't a low ET race where it was, wow, I can't believe what they ran, but every once in a while, a good pedal fest is pretty fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Phil Ez coming up here, line up in the left lane. Tony Bogolo just doing the burnout. So to put things in perspective, after round number 1 of qualifying, Phil Ez had a tough go in the first round and was at the bottom of the sheet. Came out here last night when things got a lot better, and he shot to the top of the sheet. So did a great job. Behind him was Bellemeur, and Drew eventually bumped him down to the number 3 spot. But he put together a great effort with a 5.60 and an 8.
Yeah, we saw a lot of the alcohol guys. There were only a couple of them struggled in that first session, and Phil come back out and went right down the racetrack. Went back, looked at the data, said, okay, we need to make some changes, made all the right ones, and stepped it right up. So it's really interesting to see. We've had the guys with lane choice. 2 of them took the left, 2 of them took the right. Right now, I don't see a whole lot of advance. We've had trouble on the track, but it's been in different areas.
Tony Bogolo lined up on the right side out of Hamilton, Ohio with the 2022 Camaro. He put a 5.67 on the board. So you talked about it before. The field was pretty tight. I mean, obviously we had our number 1 guy, but everybody else is pretty much in the 5.60s.
Well, the number 1 guy had the biggest spread between ETs, but yet we saw the tight race right there.
Yeah.
Because it was a pedal fest. Who knows?
All right. And you talked about some of these guys running Nitro Chaos. They never even lift the body back up after they do the burnout. They just roll up to the starting line.
Yeah, a lot of the alcohol carters don't. A lot of the guys don't even have a throttle stop for the burnout. This is old school racing right here.
Black tracking it down through there, side by side they go, and another great battle, separated by 21 thousandths of a second, true win margin, and again, it's going to go to the left lane. Phil Ez drives back around him after a horrific reaction time.
We've seen both cars have lane choice that took the left-hand lane, have terrible reaction times, and drive back around him. Boy, that was Phil when he left the start line had to know he was in trouble, way behind. A tenth of a second difference in reaction times. Yeah,
that's giving up a bunch, man.
That's not a little. That's a lot.
So pretty impressive here. Exciting racing out of the top alcohol funny car ranks, and we'll watch them one more time.
On the replay, it doesn't look that bad, but boy, right at the last minute, Phil drives around. He saw him the entire way until he threw the chutes.
We are far from done. You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here for the IHRA. Welcome back to Durana Raceway. We're here in Hebron, Ohio, watching some of the best in the business go at it. One more time, we'll get it up to the top end and talk to our previous round winner.
We're down here with Sean Bellemeur. Now, you just had a nice run with Paul Noakes. Walk me through that run and what exactly happened, because you kind of started in the back.
Yeah, I don't know about nice. It was eventful, but it's what I love about alcohol funny cars. They're so unpredictable. It's like 2 paint shakers lining up the race. But, you know, Boggs, my crew chief, he says don't pedal this thing, and I pedaled it like 3 times, so I might be in the penalty box when we get back. But you know what? You do what you got to do on race day to win. That injected nitro car makes a lot of power. It went out, shook, turned sideways. I saw him out there, and then I saw his car quit. I thought, well, boss said I can't do it, but he's right there. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. It smoked the tires like an old nostalgia car. I love this. I love racing IHRA. I tell you what, word is getting spread quickly about the treatment of the racers. We're having a lot of fun. Can't wait to keep doing it again.
Sweet. Well, congratulations, Sean Bellemeur. Back to you guys.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Great ride there with him outside of the car. Everything was going through his head. Boss says, don't. I can do this.
Bellemeur tell Boggs, don't make it smoke the tires. I won't pedal it.
There you go. From one driver to another.
Mike Coughlin come up in the right-hand lane, driving for the McPhillips family. Brandon Greco in the left-hand lane. Number 4 and 5 again. They want them to go first, so they have everybody can see what the track's like.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, in that right lane, the McPhillips team, as we documented a day ago, so successful out here. Nearly 100 wins for that team. A number of championships along the way. Both bulbs on here. A fuel-injected car there, charging down the stripe, and the win will go to Mike Coughlin. An 030 light to an 057 light, pretty tight at the top. The 539.9 would be just enough to skinny by
on a hole shot.
On a hole shot.
Won it on a hole shot. Mike Coughlin doing his job on the starting line. 030 light, just enough ahead. 539 beats a 538, almost a 540. 539.9.
True win margin, 8 thousandths of a second. Again, man.
We talked about the alcohol cars in qualifying, putting on a really good show. They're not disappointing in eliminations either. Some really tight races, some pedal fest. We're seeing everything.
A fuel car there, as you can see, in the far lane. Supercharged car here in the near lane.
Boy, Mike Coughlin's car is picking and bouncing the front end up in the air, going down the racetrack, dropped a few holes right for the finish line, but it hung on just long enough.
We'll continue on here. Next pair should be a good one. Love the communication between the two crews as they'll look over a couple of fuel-injected cars here that will square off against each other. But I love the communication between the two whenever they go to start the car, so everything is pretty much in sync. Nobody gets hung out.
Yeah, all the teams, really good communication between them. You don't want to hang out your competition or do anything, but here we go. Number one qualifier, Megan Meyer going up against Jeff Chatterson.
Yeah, Jeff Chatterson qualifying in the number 8 spot, obviously going up against the number 1 qualifier, and Megan Lingner, a.k.a. Meyer, if you will.
I can't get used to the Lingner yet, yeah.
Just trying to respect it. The ladies obviously want to fly their names that they have there, but yeah, part of the Randy Meyer championship winning team. Of course, she has 2 national championships, 13 national event wins, 11 divisional wins. I mean, it's incredible how much success this team, much like the McPhillips, have enjoyed. I think 6 national championships, and 4 of those with female drivers between Megan, her sister Rachel, and Julie Natives.
This is the biggest spread between the cars in qualifying, number 1 versus number 8. But still, Jeff Chatterson, he had trouble on one run, got it together a little bit on the second run. Each run he kept getting better, so today he's going to need to be a whole lot better.
All right, here we go, top bulbs on. Yeah, Chatterson's going to have to step it up, although we've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen. First set of dragsters to go down through here. One bad second set here, and this one's going to go to the left lane, and Megan Lingner, 531 with a 6.269. 049 light right there on point.
Yeah, Megan did her job. Had out of the gate out of the starting line first. Nice solid run down through there. 531, setting the pace.
So that'll set up a great run between McPhillips and Meyer in the second round, as Mike Coughlin and Megan will square off. That'll be a big one.
Yeah, Megan will have lane choice that 531. I don't think we're really seeing any difference in the lanes. We're seeing cars go down to both. We see a little trouble here and there in both, but overall, some pretty nice runs.
A little bit breezy here, but I don't think enough to disturb anybody.
I think everybody's loving the breeze right now, as hot as it is outside.
Give us a little something.
That is Rachel Curl. That's another.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, I think you looked at your phone. It's about 90 degrees out there. A little bit of cloud coverage.
A lot of humidity. I think the real feel was about 103. So these teams out here today are they're earning their money in this heat.
Track temp 1 day ago was up around 140 degrees.
Yeah, I'll see if I can text somebody and find out what that track temp is here shortly.
I think a little bit cooler today. Maybe not much.
Well, we've seen one Randy Meyer car come out and get a win. Another one coming right behind it.
Yeah, qualified in the number 3 hole is Rachel Curl. Rachel Curl Meyer. Rachel Meyer Curl, I believe, is the proper way to do that. Real short burnout here. So one way down the track there. The other one short and sweet.
Yeah, you tend to see that a lot. The fuel cars do a real short burnout. Not a lot of need for that. The alcohol cars always seem to be doing those long burnouts. I think they just like listening to them. Tom Fox in the right-hand lane. Pretty tight pair, these two. Number 3, number 6 qualifier. Less than a tenth between them in qualifying, so Tom needs to pull one out for the blown cars because so far all these injected cars are running pretty decent. Oh, somebody looks like they forgot and left the shield, the fuel cooler shield on there.
Copeland car in the left lane, Hadman in the right. As you talked about before, supercharged car in the right lane. A fuel car in the left. Now we talked about Megan having a couple of national championships. Rachel also with her own national championship. 5 national event wins, 6 divisional wins. Also a Nitro Chaos win. Randy Meyer in a couple of finals of his own with the IHRA back in the day. And Top Fuel. Tom Fox with a much better reaction time here, but not enough hot rod to stay in front of Rachel. 5:33 with an 8 will be enough to take the round win.
Yeah, they left the starting line, and I thought, boy, Rachel's car better run pretty good. Tom Fox, 0.27 on the tree. But Rachel's car run really good on the top end. 5:33, second quickest of the round, 2:61.
Oh, yeah, and look at the 60-foot time. Tom Fox is right there. 9:53 to 9:55. Car got out well.
Yeah, 3:30 mark still right beside each other. 8th mile, she's starting to pull away.
Yeah, big speed difference there at the 8th mile, 2:20 to 2:14. So she was trucking by then. We'll go back and take another look.
Just a nice, solid tune-up for both cars. Really safe going down the racetrack. They put on an excellent show. Nice side-by-side racing in the alcohol ranks, both funny cars and dragsters.
Every pair.
And one more time, let's go to the top end with Kristen Banks. She's with Megan Meyer.
Up here with Megan Meyer, you just had a nice run. What is it that you're liking about your car setup?
Oh, you know, we don't mind running in this high heat and humidity. We're based out of Kansas, so this is nothing to us. My dad knows exactly how to tune the cars for this type of conditions. So I'm very confident in race day today. My guys are doing an excellent job. We've got family here. We've got the Heddingers family here. So, you know, just looking to put on a good show for everybody and go to the winner's circle where we've been before.
All right, back to you guys.
A lot of confidence there, and rightfully so. Next pair about to do burnouts here. While they're doing that, we've yet to see the 4th member of our team. We got to send it over to Kristen B.
We mentioned Megan referring to the heat. It is so hot down here, guys. I did the thing. I went to Weldon's and I got the ice cream cone. And as you can tell, the temperatures are not agreeing with it. So, but everyone around here has told me you have to try the ice cream. So I did. And now I'll be washing my hands.
You try the ice cream, not wear the ice cream.
Yeah.
Tough to do that. Like last night when we said you got to sleep fast. If you're going to get ice cream today, you got to
eat fast. Final pair, alcohol dragster. Earl Nichols in the right-hand lane, Jackie Frick in the left-hand lane. Jackie really struggled in qualifying. You know, this car is capable of running way better than it did, and hopefully through the night last night they sat and looked at all the data and got it figured out. So she's got her work cut out against Earl today.
Yeah, ended up with a 5:54, but that run was dragging the parachute the entire way down through there. So Earl Nichols put that one in the number 2 slot with 5:29 and 6.
Well, Earl Nichols' car has really run well in the past. This is a car capable of going out here and setting low ET first round easily. So Jackie, I mean, I'm confident Jackie, they've looked at the data, figured out what they were doing wrong yesterday, and she'll run well today.
By the way, the previous record coming in here was set by Bill Barney back in 1988.
Oh, huge advantage on the starting line for Jackie.
Way late. I mean, nearly a half second late there for Earl Nichols for whatever reason. Puts a 5:36 on the board to a 5:33 to Jackie. Jackie and the team finally get that one down through there, as we would expect them to do, but Earl was just dead late on this one.
Yeah, I saw the car. It looked like it might have been rolling and pulling him through the beams. I think I saw the top bulb go out before the tree come on, so probably distracted him. It might have been tugging so hard trying to pull him through the beams, and he just wasn't ready for the tree to come on. A 421 lights, not going to win too many races unless the other car crosses the center line or smokes the tires. So Jackie's team, confident like I knew that. I thought they would figure it out. They did. 5:33. Now she's back in the ball game, and good shot at winning this race.
Yeah, I mean, we give the Randy Meyer team so much love, and obviously the McPhillips. We don't want to take anything away from her team as well. John Fink can certainly get it done. Another guy that's been behind the wheel, very, very successful, a lot of wins, and of course Jackie can really get it done, and they just proved it right there.
Let's see if we can see. Watch the top bulb. There it is. Yes, the top bulb went out right there. I'm thinking it was pulling the car through the beams or having trouble getting the stage. Something was going on with the car trying to stage it, and it just distracted him, and that was it.
All right, once again, we'll go to the top end with Kristen Banks. She is with Rachel Meyer.
Up here at the top end with Rachel, I just talked to her sister Megan, and she was very confident in your dad's setup in the heat. You guys aren't afraid of the heat. How is your setup? Do you feel comfortable on this track right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're used to racing in these conditions. We're struggling just a little bit with this car, just trying to find a little more power in it. But, you know, I have a lot of confidence in my dad, and we made it past first round, so now we'll see what happens next round.
Well, congratulations to Rachel Meyer. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Yes. Shout out to my kids back home, Chloe, Braxton, Lucas, and Hadley, and my wonderful husband, Daniel, for holding down the fort and letting me race.
She's coming for that Ironman trophy, just like her husband. Back to you guys.
That's great stuff.
Happy wife, happy life.
Let her go race. Very good at what she does.
Mine let me come here race. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes when you go race, you go way, way, way far away.
Yeah, then she gets upset because she didn't get to go with me. So we were fortunate enough to be able to go over there and spend the month of January over in Australia. So.
All right, we'll show you what the bracket looks like here after round number 1 for the top alcohol funny cars. As we talked about, Sean Bellemure will line up alongside Stan Sipos, and then DJ Cox and Phil Ez will fill out the semifinal round. And we'll take a look at top alcohol dragster as well. Megan and Mike Coughlin. How about that? That's going to be a monster team run right there. And then Jackie and Rachel, just as impressive. That's going to be a good semifinal round.
All 4 cars run 5:30s. It's going to be a tight and really competitive semifinal round.
We'll go racing here in just a few more minutes. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break, and we're right back at it here on Speed Sport 1. Welcome back to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at the first event of the 2025 season, having a great time.
Phil Ez in the left-hand lane.
DJ Cox in the right lane.
A little difference to ET's first round, but not a whole lot. These two guys will nothing a good reaction time can't fix.
Here's who we will see squared off in the semifinals. Phil Ez, as we just mentioned, and DJ Cox. That pair up there at the starting line now will be followed up by Stan Sipos and Sean Bellemure. Yeah, 560 with an 8 for Phil Ez last time around, and 570 with a 6 for DJ Cox. 573, my apologies. That was his qualifying time. And look at the some of the rules here for top alcohol funny car. With the root supercharger and methanol, of course, screw supercharger as well. Displacement will change just a little bit there, smaller engine, and then of course the no supercharged version where you're allowed to run nitromethane, the fuel injected car. And yes, we do have one.
Yeah, I think we got 2 out of the 3 here this weekend. I don't think there's any roots cars here.
And you said a couple of different combinations as well when it comes to the transmission with a converter.
Yes. Some of these cars are running a converter. Some of them are running the clutch pedal. And Bellemure's car with the injected nitro is running high gear only. Phil Ez, he struggled the first session in qualifying, come out, made a nice run last night, and then backed that right up with a consistent run, just like last night's first round.
We Wait for him to pull him in.
Yeah, little staging. Yeah, there we go.
How about that? Advantage going to the last guy in, sitting in the right lane. Can he pull off the win? He cannot. 0.75 light for DJ Cox, but it won't be enough. 5.53 with a 1 for Phil Eds. It's going to get the job done to a 5.74.
For DJ Cox, I mean, he knew he was a little behind in the horsepower and the ET wise. They played a few little games on the starting line, not bad, but did get the better of him on the reaction time, 0.75 to 112. But Phil Eds 5.53, great run for them, and going on to the final round of Alcohol Funny Car.
Yeah, really put one together there. Second round of qualifying one night ago, and since then, man, they have gone right down the track, been very competitive. Stan Sipos with the burnout complete. Johnny Lindbergh built chassis here. Johnny, a great tuner, great builder as well. Currently living in the Brownsburg area, just outside of Indianapolis. One of those guys that has really come along here. Just a hard worker. Working closely with Stan Sipos there. Crew chief Les Davenport. We'll see what he's got here. He's got a tough draw in Sean Bellemure and that A fuel car.
Yeah, Stan Sipos' shop's right behind mine, and I saw him leaving to come over here, and couldn't wait to see what he could do. And he does have a big mountain to climb right now. Bellemure, though, one of the only cars not to go down the racetrack first round, and Stan Sipos, he needed that great ET because he was dead late on the start line. So this will be interesting. He's going to need to be on time because I don't think Bellemure is going to smoke the tires down the track twice.
Yeah, and I would say that they didn't hurt it there. Bellemure said he thought he might get in trouble from Boggs. He pedaled that thing a couple times to get it down through there. We'll see if they've got it set up for him to stab it and steer all the way to the other end. Knocked a hole out pretty early on, is not going to get it done here. It's going to go to the other side. Stan Sipos gets it done. 5.58 with the 6, 261, 0.96 light to a 114 for Bellemure, but lost that cylinder there fairly early on.
Yeah, he got in trouble quickly. He started putting holes out, and you could hear the engine pulling down. So just missed the tune up a little bit, or something maybe went south on the engine. But Sipos, 5.58, nice solid run. Both the cars in the final round in the 550s. So some great runs from the Alcohol Funny cars. They have been doing that all weekend.
One more time, we'll get it up to the top end and talk to our previous round winner and Phil Eds.
Both cars being tuned by Davenport. How cool is that for both you guys to go into the finals? You're pumped.
That's pretty cool. You know, Les has really changed our car in the last couple of years, and he's been helping, Stan, go at it too. And he's going to have both cars in the final. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun for us. IHRA, we love IHRA, man. Daryl, you're doing a great job with this thing. We love you, man. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, and we can't wait to see you later in those finals.
All right, thank you.
I'm just thinking Davenport's going to be busy.
Well, I'm just thinking who's going to pat his pocket a little better and get the better car for the final round.
There you go. Not sure how excited he is about that. Yeah, pretty cool. One thing's for sure, guaranteed to win.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We are far from done. You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here from the IHRA. Welcome back to the IHRA Nitro Outlaw Series. All the racing action going down right here at Durana Raceway. And here's a look at the ladder as we were just talking about. Megan Meyer and Mike Coughlin will square off. Jackie Frick and Rachel Curl will also square off. Rachel Meyer. I mean, these are two powerhouse teams going at it right here.
Yeah, and I can't imagine how much Mike Coughlin wants to win this race. He's from the Columbus area. The Jeggs family, synonymous with Columbus, Ohio. So I'm sure there's a lot of family members out here watching the race this weekend.
And the same way for Randy Meyer. Would love to get both of his cars in the final round. Unfortunately for Megan, that one loses fire early on. Mike Coughlin on it with an 0.26 light, puts a 5.32 on the board.
I told you he wanted it bad. 026. I mean, when he left starting line, whoa, that's a good light. But 532, 260. The dragsters have all run the 530s as went down through here today in the eliminations. So making some outstanding runs in the alcohol dragster category. Boy, you could watch that replay, and Mike Coughlin's car, it looked like it almost come loose at the head of the throttle. It looked like a puff off the tire. So that looks to me like the primary weight on the clutch was exactly perfect.
Jackie Frick and Rachel Curl squaring up here. The two ladies, they went 5:33.6 and 5:33.8 in the previous round. Two powerhouse teams once again. Top bulbs coming on. Let's go. And Rachel Curl strikes the tires right at the hit. So neither one of the Randy Meyer cars will go to the final round here. Jackie Frick will make her way to the final round, and she will line up alongside Mike Coughlin.
Jackie Frick with a nice 530 run, her best run of the whole race. It looked to me like Randy Meyer's dragsters both had the exact same tune-up. Both of them had issues right off the starting line coming loose. Jackie's car, nice and straight, 530, 279. Their problems from yesterday, they've got them all fixed, and two great runs today.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And you've got to wonder if he was cringing just a little bit when he saw the first one hit the tire, thinking, oh boy, but at least it's in the other lane. Maybe it'll work, you know?
Yeah, and there's only so many last-minute changes you can make. They probably made some adjustments to try to get her car to go down the racetrack, but obviously that was a tuning decision they've made in the pits that made the car come out here and come loose.
And we will also go back upstairs one more time with Kristen Banks.
Mike Coughlin, ET of 532. You put it in the finals. How are you feeling after that run?
Real good. The car's getting faster every run, so hopefully we got one more left and something for the competition, hopefully. It's been a good day so far.
Now, when your team goes back to the pits, will they make any changes on the car?
Probably routine maintenance and maybe try and step it up, a little bit. So see if we can get just a little more out of it.
That's Mike Coughlin. Congratulations on going to the finals.
You got to make sure you come back and join us as we go racing once again in just a few minutes here for the IHRA. Welcome back to the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. We're here at the first event of the 2025 season, having a great time. Look at the ladder. As you can see, Sean Bellemure and the Killer Bees were qualified number one and made it to the semifinals. Was not able to get past Stan Sipos. Sipos came out here in the second round of qualifying, and they stepped it up, put it together, and they've been tough ever since. Phil Ez, the same thing. Came out here second round of qualifying and really stepped things up there. Shot up to the top of the charts. Ended up in the number 3 spot. Some of the rules and regulations here for a top alcohol funny car. They will go a full quarter mile, 1,320 feet.
These two cars, typically you see 1 and 2 qualifiers, or you might get somebody out of the field to step it up during eliminations. But these two, number 3 and number 4 qualifiers. So these guys, they've got their tune-up figured out as the weekends went along. Phil Ez come out here last round 5:53. I think it was low ET of the event. So Sipos, he just keeps getting quicker every round. 5:58 yesterday in the semifinals. Took out Sean Billmare, who with the A-Fuel injected nitro funny car, it dropped cylinders and it cost him the round, which is very unusual. But to see him go out in the semifinals, but Sipos didn't mind. He's in the final round.
Phil Ez with a Murph McKinney car out of Amelia, Ohio. Les Davenport, the tuner and crew chief. Jerry Adkins, car chief. TJ, Kelly, and Bruce, all part of the crew here.
watching out the window here. I was getting a little nervous. Phil Escar didn't want to fire up, but they got it going now.
As with a chance at a win here, of course. Last national event win, Reading, Pennsylvania, 2024. Stan Sipos lining up in the right lane. Last national event win, Memphis, 1992.
Did you say 92?
I said 19.
Yeah, Stan, he's been all the way from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. And we knew there was a race team in a shop behind our shop there in Indianapolis, and I saw the door open on Thursday. Now pulls his rig, so now I know who's in that shop.
There you go. Crew chief Les Davenport there for Stan Sipos. Johnny Lindbergh, chassis builder on that one. By the way, Castrol GTX 5-second club member for Stan Sipos.
Been doing this a while.
Pretty cool. Summer Nationals winner, World Finals winner. Reaction time's not outstanding, but pretty close nonetheless. That's what you love to see. And at the other end, it's going to be a win on a hole shot. 550 with a 5 beats a 549 with a 6. Another extremely close race here. Just 4 thousandths of a second. Stan Sipos with an 094 light to fill as is .107.
Yeah, I mean, Stan Sipos, that was a quarter-mile run, and he just drove a half a mile, I think. That car was from the inside back out. I mean, he was driving the wheels off that car, and to get a whole shot win, it was all worth it.
13 thousandths there at the starting line. Comes back around and wins it by 4 thou. Stan Sipos, your winner here at the season kickoff, the 2025 season kickoff for the IHRA and Top Alcohol Funny Car.
What was really cool is both these cars are converter cars. You know, we have the pedal clutch cars, but we have the injected nitro high gear only. Both these cars were converter cars.
Side by side, all the way down through there.
Ooh, that was a close one.
My guess is neither one knows who wins. And we'll show you Top Alcohol Dragster. And the ladder, how they got it to the final round. Great battle here. Burnout's beginning. We'll wait till they're finished. In qualifying, Jackie Frick and that team with John Fink doing the tuning just struggled. They had some things go wrong. They struggled in the first round, second round of qualifying. The chute came out real early, rattled, and chute came out. But I'll tell you what, come round one, they put it together, and they have been tough to beat ever since. She has beat some really good cars out here. Nichols and then Curl as well, which is Meyer. So worked her way to the final that way. And real quickly, we'll get it up to Kristen.
Stan Sipos, Top Alcohol Funny Car Champion, your first win in 35 years. Yes, you heard that, 35 years. How does it feel?
It feels, man, it feels incredible. It's almost overwhelming, but great crew chief, great team, wonderful car. It's like I'm living a dream. I am living the dream.
All right, thank you so much, Stan. Congratulations. You're going to take home an Ironman. You did great. Walking away a champion. Stan Sipos.
And it's going to be Jackie who's going to get the win here with a 552 and a 069 light. Mike Coughlin left on her 028 light. Just did not have the steam to beat her to the other end.
That was a back-and-forth drag race. I mean, Mike Coughlin got the jump on the starter line. He's quicker in 60-foot. He's quicker in 330. Then there was issues, 371 to 375 at the eighth. Jackie's starting to drive back around him. Her car went out here and rattled the tires. She got a cylinder out on the left-hand side. It has to pick this thing up. Look at Mike Coughlin pick the front end way up in the air. Things bouncing the front end all the way down the racetrack. He had to get out of the throttle, I think, to get the front end back on the ground. Her car had a hole out the entire way and gets the win. 552 to a 560. I'm like, really? They were in the 530s last round.
Absolutely incredible, and we were wondering how things were going to do. I mean, again, a brand new day here that everybody has to try and set up and tune for, and you just never know what it's going to throw you other than a very exciting race. But congratulations to Jackie Frick after struggling, like we said, in qualifying, and her and John Fink and that incredible team turning that thing around. Of course, multi-time Eastern champions here. They know how to win races, and they proved it right here. Kept their head down, just kept digging. And, of course, to beat that team on the other side with Rich McPhillips, I mean, another uber successful team. So, and you know it's going to be no easy task to beat Mike Coughlin. So, congratulations. Really, really solid effort. We'll get it up there to Kristen Banks.
Jackie Frick, you're the champion. Now, we just talked about slow start to the weekend. When in your mind did you tell yourself, I still got it and I can walk away with the Ironman this weekend?
When I saw his front end come up, because my car stumbled at the hit, and I was like, what the hell just happened? And he was out in front of me, and then I saw him have to pedal and his front end come up. So I am proud to have this first Top Alcohol Dragster Ironman. Thank you to my crew, my husband Sean at home. Hi Riley, hi Tori. I missed everybody last night, so I got in trouble. Fink Racing, my sister Amy's here with me, which makes it always awesome.
Nice work.
Thank you, Mike. Al, I'm so sorry. Evan at home, Luke, Brian, and John Fink is the man. He, like I said, started a little slow, but came out on top. And happy birthday, Heather.
You did it. Congratulations to Jackie, a champion in the Top Alcohol Dragster.
You could see on that replay that Mike Coughlin's car went out, shook the tires. He pedaled it, picked the front end up in the air, and shook again, pedaled it again. He had two pedals on that. And Jackie, there's no way Jackie should have won that race with the cylinder out at the step of the throttle. But yet the other competitor having issues. Just keep your foot down. I mean, it's final round. Sometimes you'd shut it off and put a hole out to hit. Final round, leg her to the lights.
We've had a great time out here at Durana Raceway. Hope you enjoyed all the racing action. It's certainly been a pleasure to bring it to you. For the Christians, both Banks and Beat, and of course my colleague, Tommy Johnson Jr., I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time with the IHRA.